What is going on? This is the sports speculator here. I'm repping my Nats because it's a wild card day, and we got the Brewers tonight. Also, Mystics tonight. Let's go. But we're not talking about that. We're talking some good old professional wrestling. It's not a sport, right? So, the sports speculator, right, is definitely entertainment. Now, it is physical, so I give props, but it's entertainment. It's like watching a TV show or a movie. It's like an action. It's an action TV show, I guess, or a dramedy, or a comedy sometimes. I don't know, but I'm a fan, and really, really exciting things are happening. There's multiple promotions now. Um, a lot of you who are watching this, if you are watching this, hit like and subscribe, and you're already a wrestling fan, then you know what's up. But if you're not, the one main wrestling promotion has basically ran the whole game. It's the WWE. It was the WWF back in my day, but now it's the WWE. But a guy, his name's Cody Rhodes from WWE, left the company and wrestled independently and hooked up with a couple other wrestlers who were wrestling in Japan, Kenny Omega and brothers Matt and Nick Jackson, and they formed their own wrestling promotion. Um, and since then, they've been gathering wrestlers, kind of pulling from people who are unhappy with WWE and pulling talent from Japan and from Mexico and other smaller promotions and indie promotions, and they've been putting it together. They got a TV deal. They're on TNT now, and it premieres. It premieres tomorrow on TNT. So, as a way to like fight against that, the WWE has their own kind of developmental program called NXT, and that's going to air at the same time and day as it's called All Elite Wrestling, is this new wrestling promotion. So now they're head to head again. So it's very reminiscent of when WCW Nitro was on TNT and they were going against WWF Raw or Warzone at the time, um, in the mid to late 90s. So very kind of similar situation. Now, I think it would be foolish to try and compete directly with WWE because, I mean, they just crushed their competition. They've shown that over the years. But definitely, competition is good for the viewers because the product is going to be forced to get better to attract viewers, especially if they're at the same time. Also, maybe a year or so ago, SmackDown, which is another wrestling promotion by WWE, Raw and SmackDown were on USA, the USA Network, and now SmackDown, which is the kind of B show, is going to Fox, which is a top 3 or 4 network now. Um, so that's a huge move for SmackDown. So as a result, I would imagine SmackDown is going to get much better programming and wrestlers and storylines and things like that because they're on Fox now. Not to say anything bad about USA, but Fox just is a bigger network. It's a larger audience, so yeah, it's a big move for them. It's a really big move for them. And I saw reports that said Fox is demanding a certain rating from their WWE programming. If not, and if they don't like get it on a consistent basis, they're going to kick them over to like FS1 or FS2. So there's incentive already put in place for the show to be good, and there's competition from outside the company from other factors. So things are just really kind of like happening right now in wrestling, and I think the last probably 5 years, at least maybe not 5 years, maybe 3 years, maybe at least. The Japanese product has been very good. They came out with like a streaming service, like WWE has a network where you don't have to buy pay-per-views anymore at crazy prices. You can just pay for everything for $10, and you get their whole archive of stuff. I think it's eventually going to be like what sports leagues are going to be doing. And it's like what DAZN is. It's like what ESPN Plus is. Essentially, it's a a very cheap monthly subscription, and you get tons of content for it. Um, but all their wrestling shows, except for the pay per view, is on television now. Like the NXT product used to be only on their network, but now it's on USA. Um, but you still have to. It's $10, and you do all the pay per views, and you get the archives, and there's original content, and all that stuff, all that stuff, all that stuff. So ever since like the network came out, that's been very good. The Japanese product, they've come out with like their own kind of network. That's very good. Um, TNA Impact, I mean, they got bought by a Canadian company, and then they're on like Twitch and YouTube. Like that's the only place you can watch them, and so they have some talent that I really like. But I think overall that company is kind of my interest level for them is going down and down and down because AEW has just like been taking talent and stuff, and they have like one or two people still there that I like, and so I kind of like will keep tabs on that, but not as much. And it's definitely harder to watch. But you can watch it if you want to. There's definitely ways. Just like the Japanese thing. I mean, it's just an app, that you watch it on your iPad or whatever. So same type of difference essentially. But I'm very excited to see how everything's going to shake out. See how the product, WWE's product, how that's going to change. I'm interested to see AEW's television schedule and their storylines. They've only been a company for maybe like a year or so. They've done like two or three shows. So weekly television program. We'll see how that writing is. We'll see how that booking is. It'll be very interesting. But I think the competition level will keep both very, very interesting. At least in the beginning. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a lot. It all kind of has kicked off this week with the flagship WWE show Raw happening yesterday, and that was a good show that they're pushing an upcoming pay per view, and then there's SmackDown tonight. Actually, no, SmackDown is probably not tonight. It's a Friday. Are they doing? It's usually a Tuesday thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but now it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, SmackDown's moving back to Fridays to be on Fox, which I don't like that at all. I think Friday is a death sentence for. I mean, live sports and stuff is cool, but people on Fridays they want to leave. They want to go out to eat, out to the clubs, out to wherever. Like SmackDown used to be way back in the day. It was a Thursday show, then it was a Friday show, then it was like a Wednesday show, and then it was a Tuesday show. And I think Tuesday, like during the week, is good for that kind of stuff. But I guess that now everything is +7. Everyone has a DVR. None of those kind of live ratings matter as much, and maybe they're just thinking that they're just going to pick up so much more audience being on Fox that it'll kind of be the same type of deal. I'm interested to see how that goes because I think Friday's not a good time slot. Um, but I'm more so interested in to see how the product is, how the storylines are. Uh, SmackDown is usually like a lesser known like roster in terms of like big time superstar. I mean, everyone's a superstar, right? But SmackDown was always kind of like the B show, and now it's kind of pushed into like the A show territory. So it'll be interesting to see who they put on that show on a regular basis. They're gonna have to step it up as far as like who's on the show, stories, and all this other stuff. But yeah, so now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday WWE, Wednesday for AEW, Japan and stuff, and Impact, TNA Impact, all that. It's all through the app, and I just keep tabs with it, every couple of times a month, essentially, just to stay caught up. So yeah, so I wanna be watching it and reviewing it and talking about it more to see how all this stuff unfolds. So if you like it, hit like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you don't care about pro wrestling, don't worry about it. I'm making tons and tons of videos. Sports wise, I thought Bayern scored. They're playing Tottenham right now, but they did not. I think it's gonna be a great game though. So yeah, so if you're not into pro wrestling, keep it moving. You know what I mean? I'll only do one or two videos a week on it, and yeah. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.